Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have a really big match in our Champions League running. We're away against Everton in the second leg, and we follow that up with a game at home in the league against Granada. In terms of recent form, since you were last with us, obviously, we've not had too many games. We had a 4-0 win against Alaves at home in the league. We played really well. We managed to beat Everton at home in the first leg by a goal to nil. Now, Everton aren't like they used to be. Obviously, we're in 2034 now. We're 10 or 11 seasons down the line. This Everton side won the Champions League last season, so it's a really big test. We had a 5-1 win over Valencia last time out. Fixtures have moved around a little bit. We originally, the Spanish Cup game second leg would have been before these two games. As such, we've only had the three games. So going into this game against Everton, it's going to be tough, but fingers crossed we can make it through to the quarterfinals at Barcelona for the first time. We've been knocked out the round of 16 twice by Inter Milan the last two times, so this is going to be a tough one. Unfortunately, Tobias Gonzalez did get injured against Valencia, so that potentially could be a big miss for us. But here we go. It's going to be a very tough game, this one, I think, especially away from home. We are hoping that we can not only hold on to this lead but extend it early on. We've got Hedl in goal, Molina, Otto, Scalvini and Achabar at the back, Gonzalez, Luis Fernando and Pedri in midfield, Seglimbene, Balde and Ramos are our front three. Again, we've changed things around just a little bit. The team isn't as strong as it could be, I will be honest, but I am hopeful that we can just find a way here. It's going to be quite tough, but here's hoping. I'm not entirely sure what to expect either. We played quite well in the first leg. Again, not masses to report on it. It was a 1-0 win. Both sides had chances. We had the better of the chances, it must be said, but we really need to press on here. They have made a few changes to their side as well from that first leg, so going into this game, it is going to be a tough one, like I say. We need an early goal. Bayern Munich have just taken the lead against Real Madrid, so as things stand in that one, I think it's 2-1 in aggregate now to Bayern Munich. So whoever wins that tie, whoever wins that game will win that tie. So that's another big one on the go at the moment. Molina here to Luis Fernando. Into the penalty area. Saglin Benny. Oh, he's put it over the crossbar. That is a huge, huge chance for us. I had a look at a couple of the Everton players that they've got now, by the way. Their goalkeeper is top class. He's a 22-year-old Italian. He is one of the best keepers I've seen on the game for a long time, to be honest. Gonzalo Ramos has already picked up a knock, but it's only a bit of bruising on his knee, luckily, so hopefully he can continue and not have too much ill effects from that. Here is Bella Kotchup into Chinelato, Castello Jr. into Cleo, now McNeil. Good pressuring from us, forcing them back slightly, but they do still keep on moving the ball well. And here is Petrovic in behind the centre back, gets the strike away, but Hedl makes a comfortable save. And 25 minutes gone. Relatively even game so far. We haven't done too much going forward ourselves, though, which is a concern. And Ramos is still struggling, unfortunately. But we'll just hold off making a change so early at the moment. Here is Saglin Benny, an opportunity maybe for him into the penalty area. He gets really good challenge in there, Patterson, and he will probably get it away. Chinelato clears to Dwight McNeil. Picks it up on that left-hand side, cuts in, finds Rooney Bargi. Plays it through. Petrovic is in here, and Petrovic has scored. It was a well-worked goal. I don't know if Petrovic was onside or not. Well, there's not even a look from VAR, so there is the equaliser on aggregate. Please tell me it's not going to happen again. We're going to demand more from the team because we've been a bit lacklustre in this game so far. We've not looked at it, and you can see that with the ratings of the side. But this happened. This has happened the last two seasons. We play so poorly for some reason in the second legs in this round of 16 stage, and we really struggle to just make a way through. In terms of chances, we've actually levelled things up a little bit, but Everton with the lead, and it's not looking too promising at the moment. We need to really push the boys on in this second half. United look like they're set to go through, as do Juventus at the moment. Bayern Munich as well. Real Madrid 2-0 down in that game now. So certainly signs to be positive. The teams that seem to beat us quite regularly at the moment, the likes of Real Madrid, Inter Milan. Inter Milan are already out, of course. Real Madrid look set for an exit as well. We're going to have to make some changes here for sure. Oh God, fitness is just absolutely shot at the moment. It is really not good. Ramos has been absolutely non-existent as well. We haven't really got a lot of options at the minute either, which is slightly irritating. Verelst is going to have to come on for Pedri. Um, I mean, Verelst can stay there, I suppose. Caminata can come on for Federico Gonzalez, I think, as well. That's four changes there. I mean, Saglin Benny's had a shocking game as well, but we've got no one that can come in there. Martin, incidentally, is now fully fit. And to be quite honest, I'm half tempted to just bring him on. But I think it's Saglin Benny that's got to come off, and we haven't got any option there. Jose Antonio Ruiz is a big risk, to be honest. We could bring him on in there. Put him up front, Ramalhet out wide, maybe. It's difficult. I think we'll go with that. It's a big risk, but I think we need to risk it. Players aren't fit, they're not playing well either. And again, Jose Antonio Ruiz gets an opportunity in a big game. He's not played particularly badly, but granted, we've not really seen him have any attempts when he's played up front either. Again, we're going to get the team to focus in as well. But Everton potentially on the break here. It's Rooney Bargy. Really big chance for Everton here. Rooney Bargy's still going and the strike is over the crossbar. That is a big chance that for Everton. We sat at 1-1. We're still in the tie. That is the positive thing. We are still in this tie, but we've not created anything for the whole of this second half. And there's the goal. God. Champions League, why? Ramalhet missed the clearing header and Simons has got in and scored. We're going to go very attacking because we have to. We're going to demand more. I'm just going to pause it here for the last 10 minutes or so. We're going to go into the tactics and we're going to we've just got to shove everybody forward here. I think there's no other way of doing it. We have to do this now. And it looks ridiculous, I know, but I'm getting desperate in this Champions League. Here is Scalvini into Verelst. Caminata, now Jan Low, into Molina. Can we peg them back here? Luis Fernando picks it up on this left-hand side. Chance to play it into the penalty area. Whips it in. There's Ramalhet, and it's blocked and it's cleared. Petrovic against Achabar. Achabar wins the header. Now Verelst into Caminata. Now Achabar. Trying to get round Petrovic. It's a really good sliding challenge. We've made the tactical changes now. Players are moving forward. We've gone very attacking. I've done this once or twice before and nothing happens when you go very attacking. There's 6 minutes added time. Achabar into Ramalhet. Into Caminata. Now Scalvini. Otto. Molina. You can see we've got players flooding forward. Low. Luis Fernando Chinalato with a very easy save. We are leaving ourselves extremely open defensively, and that is a concern. But I mean, if we don't go all out to get back into the tie, what can you do, you know? Achabar controls it well. Plays it back to Hedl. Obviously, a lot of our focus is through the middle of the pitch right now. Here is Scalvini. Into Verelst. Scalvini again. Into Otto. Now Jan Low. Plays it over the top. Ramalhet in behind on this right-hand side. Plays it into the penalty area. Ruiz is there, and it's saved. Achabar nods it back in. I don't know if it was saved or whether it was blocked. This is Caminata who strikes, and again, it's straight at the goalkeeper. Possible opportunity for Everton. It's Simons into Petrovic. Now Devine. Back to Petrovic again. Christensen under pressure. Loses out to Ramalhet, who challenged well with Achabar. Ramalhet over the top. Ruiz manages to knock it on, and it's fallen, and it's Jan Low. 92nd minute. We have our equaliser. Do we stick with this? and try and go for a winner. Do we stick with this and try and go for a winner, or do we drop the players back again? I really don't know what to do. If it goes into extra time, I think we've got to drop the players back. But I think for these last few minutes, if we leave things as they are, it's a big risk again. We're level on aggregate though. That's the important thing. That is a huge goal from Jan Low, and it's rescued us right at the death here of these 90 minutes. Oh, this is far too stressful for my liking. We're doing well. Keep going. Right. We're going to drop the players back again a little bit. Incidentally, it's changing um, the way the players are playing. On that, and which one was it? Carolero, wasn't it? We want that as well. We're gonna. I think you know what. In all honesty, I think we'll keep two up front, but we'll drop Ruiz into that attacking midfield role. I think that might work a little bit better for us. And we'll see how we get on. Obviously, there's no wingers. Oh, we're still on very attacking as well. We need to drop that back a little bit. But again, it's difficult. I don't want to go all out with it. It's it's absolutely nerve-wracking. This is the closest we've come to potentially going through to the quarterfinals. Petrovic plays it in. Oh, what a stupid bit of defending. Otto. Oh my word, this is so frustrating right now. We're going back to doing what we were doing a second ago because we've got to get back into it again. And oh god, this is so annoying right now. Advance forward. I think we're just going to have to roll the dice and stick with it, and then that's that. But again, straight away, a defensive error from Otto. And we weren't even playing that stupid formation that we were doing at the end of the game. We've gone back to it now. We're going to demand more. And Everton are really pressing on now. Ramalhet couldn't get into it, and here is Petrovic. Achabar manages to clear. There's no one up there. We've got 5 players playing attacking formation now, and there was no one there to challenge for the ball. Glazer into Parker, looks over the top, and Petrovic could be in behind. And there's Vranks, and he's hit the post. We've survived it. Samardzic into Cleo, though. The chance is still there for Vranks, and Hedl makes the save. I genuinely don't think we're going to win the Champions League in this series, especially not with Barcelona at the moment. Petrovic into Cleo. Well, the highlight ends. I mean, Simmons, I don't even think's a striker, and this happened against Inter Milan. It was a midfielder that did the damage against us. Otto, oh my word, we're back level just as we get to half-time in extra time. Caminata with the delivery from the free kick. Otto won the header, and he's made somewhat of the amends for the error at the other end. He did well with the header, to be fair. It's gone over the keeper and into the back of the net. It's 3-2 on the night, 3-all on aggregate. I'm not going to change a thing. I'm just going to stick with it as it is. We have got a potential another substitution to take as well. And looking at the fitness of the players, I'm tempted to just not use it just in case we get an injury. Cleo. Devine loses out to Varels. Caminata clears. Here is Ruiz. Into Jan Low. Back to Ruiz. Luis Fernando. Are we gonna have a hero? He's tried to play it in, and Glazer clears, but only as far as Achabar. Now Scalvini. Into Caminata. Now Varels. Looks over the top. Jan Low couldn't get onto it. Ruiz. Fernando! Oh, it went in, but Ruiz was offside. Oh my word. Oh, I can't be dealing with this. Caminata with a free kick, whips it in, and he's smashed it off the crossbar. Big, big chance. We're getting toward the end of the game. I don't think we've got any other forward players on the bench either for penalties. There's only a couple of minutes left. We're going to make that substitution. The players are absolutely out on their feet at the minute. We're going to bring Martin on for Scalvini. It's just any of them that's not. I mean, they're all really struggling now. There's not a lot we can do. Here is Molina into Caminata. Molina whips it into the penalty area. It's cleared by Parker. Simons picks it up, finds Petrovic. Now Glazer. Everton are breaking away here. Surely no, not this again. Simons, he's done it again. It's his sixth of the season and three of them are today. Oh, for crying out loud. I mean, keeping that formation, I don't think made the difference for that goal that was conceded. We were throwing players forward to try and win the tie. 3 years in a row, round of 16. This time, last season's champions Everton have done it. And again, it's a midfielder that's done the damage against us and not a centre forward. I don't think he's a centre forward. He's a right-hand sided midfield player. And he's not exactly a world beater either. Oh, of course, he's on loan from Real Madrid. Oh, for God's sake. Well, that's annoying. He's on loan from Real Madrid and he scored a hat-trick against us and knocked us out of the Champions League. I mean, what are the odds of that? Seriously. Heartbreak again in the Champions League. I'm starting to wonder if that round of 16 is just going to be where we end up every single year right now, because that's what it feels like. 3 years in a row. Well, we've got Granada to come up, and then obviously there's a few games to get through, and then we're getting toward the end of the season, obviously. So we're not going to win the league. Champions League, we're out now. Spanish Cup is our last hope, the Copa del Rey. So we've got Granada coming up in a couple of days' time. So bear with me, and we'll come back for that, and then we'll review where we're at, where the season's concerned, and see where we come back next time. Well, what more can I say after that Champions League defeat? I just, it's just so disappointing. Every single time at the moment, it's just happening like that. We've got a league game against Granada coming up. They're sat in 12th place. It should be a relatively straightforward win for us. We've got 3 games in hand over Villarreal, and we're only a point behind them. They've dropped points a couple of games recently, so second place is certainly a possibility. I can't see us getting close to Real Madrid, so we are set potentially for another season now of disappointment, and I'm questioning whether we can carry on at Barcelona after this season. I know I've just been given a new 5-year contract. I know the board are being very patient, but and we still have a chance in the Copa del Rey. But if we go trophyless again this season, I don't know how patient the board are going to be. And more importantly, I don't know how patient the players are going to be either. The players are fine playing for me at the moment. They're perfectly happy. And I've actually had no messages come through from the players that they're disappointed about where they've been knocked out in the Champions League or anything like that, which is a bit unusual because last season they were quite unhappy and promises were made to get to the latter stages of the competition this time round, and we've got to the exact same round as last season, but they don't seem to have been quite as bothered this time, so I'm not too sure where we stand with it. Baldi and Caminata exchanging passes on that right hand side, Olsen into Pedri, and that is a very good goal. 15 minutes gone, and we open the scoring. It's his 10th of the season, and form-wise, recently Pedri's been quite good. He's knocked in a few more goals in recent games. Olsen with the assist, and we have a lead here. And I know Granada aren't at the same quality, but this is what frustrates me. We play so well in some of these league games, and then as soon as we get to Europe, we just struggle all the time. Here's Gonçalo Ramos. That's a good effort from him, curling just wide of the post. And again, he's been out of form recently as well. Here is Ramalhet into Caminata. Now Pedri plays it forward. Ramalhet in behind again potentially here, and a good save from Andreev keeps it at 1-0. But by the looks of it, this could be a relatively straightforward game at the moment. Balde with a delivery toward the far post. Scalvini unable to get in onto it. Saglimbeni into Varels. There's Ramalhet with the strike just wide of the post. And it remains 1-0, but look at the stats already. Possession-wise, we're pretty comfortable. And in terms of our attempts at goal, again, pretty comfortable in terms of being the better side. Half an hour gone. And we need a second goal here. Thrown into Olsen in the centre of the penalty area, and Pedri's strike hit Gonçalo Ramos. And as such, Granada are breaking with Silva. Echeverria does well to make the challenge, and it goes out for a throw. Here is Balde into Pedri. Now Caminata looking over the top for Saglimbeni. Couldn't find him. And now Brancato moving forward over the top. Sturgeon is completely free. And he's hit the crossbar. I mean, what were we doing there defensively? That was absolutely awful. There was nobody marking him. He was completely free there. And that is very poor from our point of view. Varels is already extremely tired, and we've not even finished the first half yet. Balde with a delivery toward the far post. Ramalhet hits the crossbar. Here's Saglimbeni. Plays it into the penalty area again. And Scalvini won the header, but couldn't get it past the full line of defence, and Granada win a free kick. Balde plays it into the penalty area toward the far post again. Scalvini with the header, and it goes wide. And again, we're not hitting the target enough, and we're not testing the keeper enough. 3 shots on target out of 12, and we've still only scored the 1 goal. I'm going to say I don't like what I just saw from the team, because going forward, we've got to be better. We need to be converting more chances. And when we first changed this formation, we scored all the time. And now we just seem to lack it again. And Ramos is in poor form, we know that. We've got to keep playing him though, because otherwise he's not going to get out of the rut that he's in. Here's Brancato. Saglimbeni does well to win the challenge. Now Olsen. Tobias Gonzalez, by the way, is out for 3 to 5 weeks, which is why he's not featuring. Here's Ramalhet, and it took a deflection. Again, it's a lucky goal, but it has got us that security in the game a little bit now. Olsen with 2 assists though from centre-back, which is interesting to see. But there's the goal for Ramalhet. It's his 15th goal of the season. It was a really well whipped ball over the top, and Ramalhet controlled it superbly and managed to get the finish. It deflected by the looks of it off the number 24. But because the shot was on target anyway, it counts for Ramalhet. We're going to be taking Varel stuff now. He's not done a lot during the game, and now there's Gonçalo Ramos, to be honest, but we seem relatively comfortable at the moment. We're going to bring Martin on for Varels, get Martin a bit more game time. We're going to leave Gonçalo Ramos on. We seem to be quite comfortable in the game at the moment, so Ramos can just stay in that position for now and just try and end this little goal drought that he's got. Ramalhet struggling for fitness now as well. as is Scalvini, so we're going to take those two off as well. Again, it's not worth risking them. Otto can come on at centre back for Scalvini. And with two substitutions to make, we can make them a little bit later on in the game, hopefully. So at 2-0, but again, the number of chances we've had. Here's Gamboa, and there's a header, and it's off the crossbar from Granada. Heddle was quite well beaten there, to be fair. They've only had the one shot on target as well, but this is how fine it is. This is how the fine margins are. Granada could have scored there with the second shot on target, and they're right back in the game. 19 shots and 7 on target we've had, and we've only scored the 2 goals. With the striking quality that we have, we should be doing better. We've got a number of players struggling for fitness now. We're going to get a couple of the youngsters on. I think Ruiz can come on for Pedri, and we'll get Pradera on. He's not at game time for a little while. Pradera, he can come on for Echeverria, and that is that for the substitutions. Here's Balde, whips it in toward the far post. Otto wins the header and he hits the post himself. It was quite a well worked move, that, to be fair. Quite unlucky not to have managed to get our third. And Balde from the resulting corner again will aim toward the far post. Otto is there and it's into the side netting. Good effort, but it remains 2-0. And again, more attempts made and we're either not hitting the target or just not converting. 8 shots on target. Here is Balde. Booze clears. Here's Puertas. Balde does that very consistently from throw-ins, by the way. He just throws it into the penalty area. He doesn't try and aim for a player, and I don't understand why. Here's Puertas. There's the goal for Granada. Hint of offside to it, but again, that one opportunity that they've got, and they've gone and scored it. 3 attempts on target they've had now. They have grown into the game as it's gone on, but it shouldn't have been that close a game with the number of chances we've had. And this is what's frustrating me at the moment. Being we're not being clinical enough. We need to be better. And it's just not happening. Regardless of what we try and what we do, it's just not happening at the moment. We're still winning games, which is great. But we should be winning them a lot more convincingly than we are. When we first changed this formation, we beat Granada 6-0 away from home. And that time, we barely scraped a 2-1 win. Despite all the statistics saying that it could have been 4-5-1 or whatever. Many frustrations. I need to be satisfied that we've won the game, though, to be fair. Olsen with a very good performance, which is certainly a bonus. And see, Valencia, we knocked in 5 goals. Alaves, we knocked in 4. But then other games, we just lose track of everything, and it's so strange. Well, in terms of our schedule, we're probably going to come back in the middle of April, I'd say. I'm not sure when the Copa del Rey final is. I don't think it's at the end of the season. If I remember rightly, last season, yeah, it was in the middle of April, so we could end up coming back for the Spanish Cup final, providing everything goes to plan in the second leg of this semi-final against Pamplona. And it could be that we play Villarreal away in the league and then have the Spanish Super Cup final against Atletico here somewhere. We'll see how the fixtures line up, and then hopefully we can be getting a trophy. But we will have to wait and see. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.